Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Ethico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Ethico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
Daily Compliance News for Monday, August 26, 2024, the Detained in France edition. And we begin with that story from the BBC, or rather from Bloomberg. We'll have a BBC story later, as the chief executive officer of the Russian messaging service Telegram, one Pavel Durov, has been detained in France. He was arrested for his company, his messaging app being used by criminals for criminal activity, human traffickers, and for spreading of lies and misinformation. This is a very interesting development, and the Russians, of all people, have objected, although he hasn't been in Russia for quite some time, and makes you wonder what would happen if Elon Musk traveled internationally, given what goes on Twitter. Nevertheless, very interesting development for the CEO of a messaging app going forward. Next up from the Wall Street Journal, CFO Journal reports that EY, Ernst & Young, is cutting its ties with many U.S. public companies as audit clients, and a move to revamp its audit practice and improve the quality of its work. 84 public companies exited EY as clients between January 1, 2023 and August 15th of this year. The firm did add 21 new clients at that time, but that's at least 50 departures more than the other 3 large accounting firms, Deloitte, KPMG, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. The reduction is largely by design and is intended by EY to accelerate its transformation efforts. A U.S. regulator found that EY's rate of audit shortfalls or deficiencies has soared, and the company needs to try to work on that. From the Financial Times, it reports that Italy has opened a manslaughter probe into the super yacht sinking which killed Mike Lynch and his daughter. Italian investigators are looking at a number of charges related to manslaughter and negligent shipwreck over the sinking of the super yacht in bad weather. The Italian public prosecutor said they are targeting persons unknown, but that could change if they get information on individuals or companies who might be added to their investigation going forward. Our final story comes to us from the BBC, which reports that another set of Boeing whistleblowers has stepped forward to say that Boeing lied to investigators about electrical failures on one or both of the 737 MAX crashes. As I mentioned at the start of this podcast, this month's sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Ethico. Have you ever wondered how to show the ROI of your compliance program? Have you struggled with the budgeting process, getting the funds you want for your compliance program? Well, I've partnered with Ethico to put together a white paper on the ROI of compliance, which shows you not only how to demonstrate ROI, but also how to speak finance when you're sitting across from the CFO with your budget proposals. Check out the website and get the white paper. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.